Shalom, everybody.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. Yeah. Hallelujah. Continuing with the festival appointed times that are at hand, that are coming right now upon this earth to bring a super judgment upon the wicked and to bring redemption upon those who are seeking the Father with all their heart and truth and in spirit. So, we got up to Shavuot, when the Ruach HaKodesh came upon the Kodeshim, those that were awaiting for Mashiach's gift of his spirit. And the power that was in that spirit was that they were able to speak the good news to people that don't even understand Hebrew. Seems like we're doing that right now to those that are speaking in Spanish, English, Chinese, all the languages, right? So we're doing that right now, and we're doing it in this language that's called English.
I really got that.
What? Yeah, all right. Well, okay. Just making sure. So, interesting enough, that Daniel was given various visions and various beautiful things, but Daniel did not understand, and he was commanded to conceal words. I'm just going to read this part. All right. So, Daniel 12:4. But you, Daniel, hide the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall diligently search, and knowledge shall increase. Bam! Knowledge has increased for all those that are seeking. You can find this video, and I'm just kidding. But you can search out the scriptures, and because of His Spirit, and because of the things that have transpired in the past, we could see these, what do you call them? Cycles? These, patterns. Yeah. These patterns, so that we could apply them nowadays and understand even more. Right? Go ahead, Burns.
So, what are we talking about now?
So we're talking about the fall feasts.
Okay.
The ones that are approaching.
Yeah. So the three false feasts, what are they?
So I think these three fall feasts are Yom Teruah, where we announce the King's coming. So blowing a trumpets for our. It's an awakening blast. It was supposed to awaken your spirit, man. Blessed are those who know the sound of the trumpet, because we know at the very end that he's going to come with the sound of the last trumpet.
That's true.
All right.
And then the second one would be Yom Kippur.
Bam.
The Day of Coverings.
The Day of Coverings, which is very much the day of judgment upon the whole wide world. Yeah. It's a day that if you don't have the blood, like in Pesach, if you don't have, and interesting enough, Passover, Pesach in Hebrew, it starts at evening. And guess what else starts at evening?
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippurim, the Day of Coverings. How do you say it in English? Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, right? So these two feasts are connected. They're connected by their start at evening. Interesting that you need the Passover lamb's blood to have the covering. And the feast that were Yom Kippurim, right? Okay. So now that we have all that, and that we are like, woo, stress-free, because Mashiach is above all, and in his chosen people, we get to Feast of Sukkot. and there's a command that says that you have to give a tenth of your money, right? But to the poor. But you have to start gathering and make sure you have enough money to get to the Feast of Tabernacles, right? You want to explain that a little bit?
No, I don't know.
All right, so it's good to give, right? But we have to make sure that we have enough funds to be able to get to these festivals to keep these feasts, right?
To observe them?
To observe them, right? So I thought that point was cool. I mean, when I studied it, I haven't studied it in a long time because I already kind of know it. So I'm just saying it how I know it. And then, but the most beautiful thing, like a key, that there's not just these 3 feast days. There's one more. All right, Shemini Atzeret. Wow, who knows about that feast day? Well, I do. So let me tell you. So we're doing Sukkot for 7 days, right? We are tabernacling in dwellings that are temporary dwellings, right? In a tabernacle. In other words, in a tent, right? Okay, but so in the last day of Feast of Sukkot, bam! It's another high holy day, I think, correct?
Yeah.
Which is called Shemini Atzeret, and it's a regathering of those that are out there camping with Elohim. So you come together, and that fulfills that makes you like be doing your rehearsals, your wedding rehearsals, you know, that come from observing His word in these appointed times.
Beautiful.
Say something, Bernie.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
Woo!
So in total, there's 7 feast days.
Yeah.
Really 8. And so 7
Bam.
would tie in with, the 7 days of creation.
Right.
With the 7,000 years.
And Shabbat every week. And in Shabbat, you study about these festivals, right? They're in the scripture.
So you study the scripture, you try to study these.
Then you start observing these because we realized when we came out of my people that we had inherited lies. Oh, like the Easter bunny. If you have an Easter bunny, how could you have a Passover lamb? It's the counterfeit. The Easter bunny is the counterfeit. Yeah, it's not gonna cut it, bro. So you gotta get that fact straight. That's all I'm saying.
So there's 7. Going back to what I was talking about. And then, it follows. That's what the 7 days of the week show. The same picture, cycles within cycles, right? So we have the 7 days. We have 7 weeks found with Shavuot.
And what is 7 but a hay and a bait? Revelation house.
No, but 7 is actually a Zion.
Well, 7 is Zion, but if you split it up, look at that. I got a hay right here, and I got a bait right here. All right.
And so we see a cycle like that. We see it turns into the 7 feast days, which it breaks up the year into sevens. But then there's the secret, hidden Shemini Atzeret, which is the 8th day. And for the meaning of that,
Gimel!
we know according to the scripture, there's
the new beginnings.
Yeah, we have the 7,000 years, the last 1,000, the 7,000 millennial reign.
Mm-hmm.
And after the millennial reign, we go into the 8th day, which we really have no explanation of what that entails.
So I got a question for you, Bernie.
Yeah?
Okay, so okay, for the 1,000-year reign or the millennium, is the enemy Satan and the false prophet already cast in the
No.
They're not, right? So, but they're bound, correct?
They're locked up.
They're locked up. But then they're gonna get one more chance to come out and deceive them.
Yeah.
Us, everyone.
Yeah.
So, in that millennial reign, brothers and sisters that make it there, don't get deceived right after.
Be on guard.
Be on guard, because we know that 1,000 years is like a day. And a day is like 1,000 years. So sometimes we're going to be thinking, oh, we got 1,000 years. And then it's just a day, because it's going to go by so quick, being in Mashiach's presence and enjoying the love, that the next day, you know, you're going to see the enemy trying to deceive you.
Okay.
Be aware.
Yeah. And so we're coming to these days shortly.
Yeah.
We are, I think the September 6th is Yom Teruah. 10 days later is Yom Kippur. 5 days later is Sukkot.
And a lot of brothers and sisters have different calendars, which is okay. The point of that is to do it to the best of your ability.